All right, Taurus. So, Taurus, this is your June 2020. So, Taurus, when we're talking about why can't you see eye to eye with somebody, what is exactly the problem? What happened? Why is our communication stopping? A lot of you, this could be with a family member. This could be with your mother. This could be with your father. This could be with a sibling. This also could be with a lover, a partner, a neighbor. For a lot of you, Tauruses, this is definitely coming into play for you. It is something that is making you kind of wonder, what's next. It's making you kind of realize that somehow, some way we've gotten space in between us. Somehow, some way we both got on a different journey. Somehow we lost touch with communication. We don't know how to compromise anymore. We're not sure of what things that we can do to change it and get it back to the way it was. A lot of you guys are struggling here. And with this decision, it's like, you're to the point where you might as well toss a coin, because in the situation, you're feeling like you don't know what else to do. There's no other way to bring somebody's attention back to where it should be. Somebody's lost their focus. Somebody's definitely lost their desire, maybe even to be in this relationship. For some of you Tauruses, when I have the Page of Pentacles here, it is somebody who is determined to figure out which direction they need to go in. It is also speaking about somebody who's wanting to make a better choice or decision in a certain way. It also feels like, oh, thank you, HF, love you too. So it also feels like somebody's, scared to take the next step, or they're scared to trust in somebody completely. Somebody might also be feeling like, as far as Taurus goes, they just don't know anymore if it's the same person that they fell in love with, if it's the same person that they met, because it feels like your choices, decisions, your interests, your attention is focused on different things now. Things are changing. The problem is updating is not happening. When I say updating, just like your cell phone, your computers, if you don't do the updates, eventually something's not going to work. Same thing with the relationship. If you don't do the updates, then things are not going to work. A lot of you need to figure out or investigate or search, what is the exact update that I need to avoid this broken heart, this sadness, this deception, this loneliness. What is it that I can do? For some of you, it took too long to attempt to get this update. For some of you, your partner may have leaned away or strayed away a bit, or it maybe took off or left, or maybe there was a separation between the two of you, or maybe that's coming in the month of June due to not upgrading, not updating. But you didn't upgrade something. You must upgrade and continually try and try. It takes a lot of work. Just because the relationship, you finally worked to get this person to commit to you, you finally got this person to commit to loving you, being responsible with you, having a family with you, whatever the situation may be. And then you wonder why something stopped in the month of June. Taurus, you wonder why it stopped. Some of you didn't upgrade. You weren't upgrading. You weren't updating something. As I said, with all of your electronics, your computers, your phones, you need to update or upgrade them. There's always something new you need to refresh and download. For some of you, you're trying desperately to find the strength to save this relationship. A lot of you are trying to get somebody to see that yous are worth it, that it'll work, that, there's a lot of investment here. Time, love, sacrifice, struggles, even hardships, griefs. You've went through loss of family members or loved ones together. You went through a lot of storms together, so to speak. The waves got kind of rocky on your boat now because somebody didn't do the updating or the upgrading. For a lot of you, it's feels like it's supposed to be simple. For a lot of you, you feel like, you know what, this isn't as bad as you think. It's not out of control. There's nothing I'm supposed to do. Or maybe this is your partner saying, I don't know what you're talking about. Everything's fine. Nothing's changed. Everything's the same. No, it's not. You know it's not. They know it's not. Because if it was the same, then they wouldn't be looking at all their different options. They'd know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. They would only have one choice or one decision, and it would be you. They wouldn't have options. For some of you, you are trying to create a new way to come across to them, a new way to get them to understand, a new way to get them to see you in a different light. You're definitely trying really hard with that. For a lot of you, you're putting on your prettiest outfit, you're doing your hair, you're making sure that you can attract them again. You're thinking that maybe it's the way I used to dress. Maybe it's the way I used to wear my hair. Maybe it's the way I used to do things. So I'm going to try that, see if that works. For a lot of you, it is going to come down to sitting down, talking, conversing about things, going over things. Some of you at this point may decide to take a break. Some of you at this point may have a lot of more worries after this conversation. So after you're talking, you may have a lot of worries. You may not know where things stand. The cups may still feel like they're empty to you. In the month of June, though, I do feel like that path that you were on before, you're going to find a way to get back on that path. So see, it's lightening up now. It's lightening up now. You're going to find a way to get back on that path. You're going to do your meditating. You're going to do your balancing. You're going to balance all your chakras. You're going to try to get your aura cleansed. You're going to try to bring sunshine. You're going to try to bring happiness. You're going to try to bring joy into something. Some of you are going to do some very good cooking and try to get to their heart through their stomach, which works. But it does feel like for a lot of you, somebody might be hesitant. They might be hesitant on whether or not they're going to come back in the month of June. Somebody may be still trying to decide. The jury might still be out on this one. For some of you, you're getting ideas from friends, trying to figure out, well, what else can I do? Yeah, my boyfriend, my husband, I went through the same thing a couple of years ago. Some of them called it a midlife crisis. Some of us said, well, maybe it's just, he's miserable at his job, or she's miserable at her job, or it's family pressures and stuff like that. It's finances that's going on. Whatever it is, it's making you feel this way. Whatever it is, it's making you wonder what to do next, whatever it is. For a lot of you, there's going to be a girls' night out. You're just going to go out. You're going to hang with friends and try to get your mind off of things. You're going to try to get focused. You're going to try to just enjoy things, enjoy life, and change your energy, so to speak. Some of you may just stay home and cuddle up with your pets and just love your pets and cry tears all over your pet's head. I've done it a million times. You're probably going to do it. For some of you, it does feel like you might just take a risk. You might say, you know what? I might just go to their job. I might go try to see if they're at their job. I might go to their house and knock on the door. I might just take a risk and call them. I might just try to text them. For some of you, you're still in the same house with this person and say, you know what? When I get done tonight from work, or when they get done home from work tonight, I'm just going to tell them we need to sit down and talk. We need to figure this out. And that's good. That's a good thing, because you know what? It's too much for just me to keep worrying about. I need to share this load with my partner. I need you to understand, is what you're saying, how I'm feeling, and that I feel like I'm overwhelmed. I'm trying to hold us all together. I'm trying to keep this family together. Doesn't anybody else care? Definitely trying to keep everything together. Please hit the like button if you have not done it already. I greatly appreciate that. For some of you, maybe they're coming towards you and saying the same thing. Maybe they're going to bring you the flower. Maybe they're going to bring you the flower and show you that they do still care, that nothing's changed, that they do still love you, that they got sidetracked, that they, allowed their worries to overcome them. And that's why no intimacy was between the two of you. That's why the conversations were not very much, because they had so much weighing on their mind. Some of you may have somebody who's dealing with health issues and they didn't tell you about that. Some of you may be dealing with family members, or your partners may be dealing with family members with health issues. And maybe they didn't want to realize just how bad or serious something is. So maybe they were trying to keep it to themselves. Maybe somebody was trying not to worry you. That's also a case here. But I get a lot of you are going to have to make a decision. With the Two of Pentacles, there's a decision to have to be made. The decision is going to definitely be whether to give them more time to figure something out, or whether to try to work on this right now. Sometimes if you give too much time to somebody, they'll just give up and leave and figure you don't care. They misunderstand and misinterpret that. So be careful. Some of you are going to try to do your very best to create the magic back into your relationship. Some of you are definitely going to pretty much fly through the air with your heart and your cup of love, saying that I have this to give you. Don't you want it? For some of you, you are going to patiently wait. You're going to wait. You're going to let them be the one to do the deciding factor of whether this gets back together or whether this ends in the month of June. It's going to be a little scary for some of you. For some of you, you may be pregnant, trying to handle this pregnancy by yourself because somebody wasn't ready for responsibility. Somebody wasn't ready to do what they needed to do. However, you're praying and hoping that they're going to come and help you to raise this child, to help you to handle what is next to come. For some of you, you may have other children as well, but this person may have been around and worked very well as a stepfather, a parent, or a stepmother to these children, and you want that person in your life. For some of you, you may be feeling like, well, there's no communication going on right now, right? So some of you Tauruses may feel like it's just me. They left me out in the cold, and I'm going to have to do this all by myself. And again, that may have to do with the pregnancy. That may have to do with just the relationship in itself. Somebody may have left you out in the cold. They may have not been able to make a choice at the time or a decision to stay with you. And maybe they're dealing or leaning toward other options at this moment. And as you're patiently waiting by yourself, it feels like you are abandoned. It feels like you are left alone. It feels like you're left to carry on all this by yourself. For some of you, you feel like it's already done, like you don't know how you can fix it. Is it salvageable? Are we going to be able to work this out? A lot of you are afraid that these waves are going to come in and take the rest of it away. A lot of you aren't turning around and seeing that you still have some other cups that are still full. So it's not over. It's not over till the fat lady sings. So don't give up yet. Don't give up yet. For a lot of you, the Ace of Pentacles is right there. So the minute that you think you should give up and walk away, guess what? That's the time that you need to pick yourself up and get moving. Make something happen. Make a change. Do something dramatic as far as not bad, not illegal, just something that isn't very intense. Speak to them. Dance with them. Sing with them. Put on music. Make dinner. Have a social night. Go out. Take a walk. Do something in nature to get you both grounded peacefully. For some of you, you may be fighting off your feelings. You may be trying to fight off this negative energy. You may be trying to fight off another person who's trying to create a third-party problem situation, somebody who's a thorn in your side. You may be trying to rid them. You're definitely going to be taking your power back there, Taurus, in the month of June. You're going to take your power back. For some of you, you're going to see that you're not trapped anymore. You're going to find the release because it is in the reverse. You're definitely going to appreciate what you have. And things are going to be for your picking, meaning you're going to have the choice whether you want them in your life or you don't. It is going to be up to you. Final result is the Lover's card. So I guess you chose them. So that looks like a pretty good reading for me for June. I wish I was a Taurus. All right. See y'all in a minute.